Now to a story you'll only see here on WCNC Charlotte. Some of the most recognizable local and state political campaigns failed to meet deadlines to disclose who donated to their cause and how they spent that money.
Our Where's the Money investigation identified hundreds of campaigns fined big bucks for violating campaign finance rules. And as our Nate Morabito discovered, other elected leaders' campaigns could be next.
Following our question, several campaigns, including the campaign of Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles, pledged to file their campaign finance reports, blaming the lateness on an oversight, prepared to pay any fines the state sends their way. And take it from the hundreds already fined this year. Those penalties add up to $330,000. A former governor now running for Senate convinced his past campaign filed a report on time. A congressman whose campaign says it's since corrected filing mistakes. A former state treasurer candidate currently on Charlotte City Council whose committee isn't aware of any campaign finance issues, left waiting for an explanation from the state. And a local judge whose treasurer says only the campaign's cover sheets were late. North Carolina's State Board of Election databases show those big-name campaigns joined 500-plus other local and state committees penalized this year alone for either filing their 2020 routine paperwork late or failing to file their reports altogether.
If those aren't done in a timely fashion, it just creates a lot of noise in the system and makes it really complicated to unravel campaign finance puzzles, especially as we get closer and closer to elections.
Brooks Fuller knows campaign finance reports are critical to following the money in politics. He's not only the director of the North Carolina Open Government Coalition, he's also an assistant journalism professor at Elon University.
The rules are relatively simple, and experienced campaigns know how the rules operate.
Even so, public records show the state fined several experienced statewide campaigns more than $1,000 in penalties for missing deadlines in 2020. On the high end, a $10,000 fine for the Pat McCrory Committee, a committee tied to his past gubernatorial run that reportedly failed to file all of the necessary paperwork in 2020. After our questions, now trying to resolve any communications mix-ups that could have occurred. Despite the threat of a financial penalty, we found some recognizable local political campaigns continue to file late.
It's not working 100%. I'm not satisfied until I get everybody reporting.
Election Director Michael Dickerson named more than 60 campaigns in Mecklenburg County alone that failed to meet filing deadlines in 2021, the most recent deadline on July 30th.
If it's one name, it's too many. Let's get them all in.
From a city council member to 2 county commissioners, the mayors of Matthews and Huntersville to the vice chair of the CMS school board. And the biggest names? Mecklenburg County Commission Chairman George Dunlap and Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles, whose campaign, election records show, filed one report 6 months late earlier in the year. Both filed their most recent reports after we inquired with their campaigns. Several others have also since made things right.
We try to make sure everybody files.
It's up to a campaign's treasurer, which in some cases are the elected leaders themselves, to file the appropriate paperwork. But Dickerson says his office sends reminders before a report is due, and then a notice if paperwork is late.
It's rules. That's why it matters.
He suspects most are the result of oversights, but regardless, he says he forwards the late filers' information to the state for potential fines. Some of the campaigns found out about their penalties from us, and that's not supposed to happen. The State Board of Elections blames that mistake on an oversight. The state says it just didn't send out some of the notices, something the agency's since corrected. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.
And Nate also tells us most of the campaigns responded to our request for comments, so you can find out who said what on our WCNC Charlotte mobile app. Just look in the money section.